Welcome back, guys. In the previous video we have completed designing a login page. Now we are going with register page. So let's go to our Visual Studio and start doing that. So this is a register.js page, which is a page for this slash register route. So we are going to build this page in this video. So first of all, we need to remove this tag here. So h1 will have a div instead of this h1. So div, and the class name will be, first we'll have this row, so that we'll be having columns in our web page. And now I'll go with the background color of bg color. Remember which we've created a class for this in app.css here, this one. So let's save, and you can see that immediately the background has turned into dark blue. Now we'll see what's the next change. Okay, it should be iCaptain. No, this is a login page, right? So we'll check in the register. Okay, in register page we have iCaptain register here, and this card and the picture. So we'll try to implement the same. We'll have a h2 here which says iCaptain register here, and we need to have a class names for this as well. So class name, it should be of text white, which gives us a white color text, and it should be in center, so that's why text center. And I'll have a padding from bottom 1. And now we'll go with the card here. So we'll have another div here. So a div which has a class name. So class name, I'll have a 5 columns for that card. So it's your wish. If you want a small card, if you give a call md4 and 3 also. If you card a much larger card, you can go with call md7, 8, so on. And I'll have this at the center. All the content should be in the center, and the card should be margin from top 5, and padding also it should be of 5, with x-axis padding also it should be 5. So another div here, I'll give this card. So class name card, and in the card everything should be of padding 3 of all sides with a background of white. So this is just an example. You can customize on your own customization of how to look your project and how to look your card. It should be your preference of what color you should be using and what margin spacing you should be using. This is just my example video. So after that, I'll have another h2 which says register, and similarly we'll have a class name also to have a look on this. So class name padding from top 2, and in x-axis 4. So let's see how this is looking. Okay, it's fine. So why it is in center, the card is center, because we don't have anything on the right hand side. If we add a pick on right hand side, immediately this card will go into left hand side. So what we'll do here is we'll have another div here. So div, so this div is for 5 columns, and this div I'll give for 6 columns at least. So call md6, and we need to import the picture also, right? So we'll import login pic from the folder. Sorry, the import typo. So you need to be taking care of all the spellings and everything. So the import, it is in assets. So what we'll do is we'll go back one folder, and in assets we have a file name called online svg. So we'll be going with that only, online dot svg. So what we are going to do is, here we are going to have that image. So img, the source will be of login pic. So let's see how it's looking in our browser. Okay, yeah, as I've said, the register has gone into the left side and pic is in right hand side. If you want to keep it this way, like this large, you can keep, or else you can go with the smaller version of it. So for time being, let's just go with a similar size. We are going to focus more on this card. Like now we are going to have all the fields like name, email, password, confirm password, and submit. To have this image as a responsive, I'm going to add a few classes for this image fluid. So this class will be of responsive. So now we need to go into building form. So here we'll have a form tag. So form tag, and the action, we can remove that. Instead of action, we are going with on submit. So on submit, and we'll handle this submit. So handle submit is a function name I'm going to give, and for meanwhile I need to have a function for this as well. So const handle submit, and I need to have a arrow function for this, similar to what we did in login. If you check here, we have done the same thing. So we'll be writing this logic afterwards when we are connected with the backend, doing the stuff with the backend. So for time being, it will be a just empty function. So this is a form, and I'll have a class also for this. So class name, I'll have a top margin of 5 with x-axis margin of 4. Now I need to have a name, email address, password, and confirm password. So we need to have a 4 divs for that. Div dot form group, and let's just copy same thing another 3 times, because we'll be having the same 3 fields. This is for name, and this is for email, this is for password, and this is for confirm password. Okay, now we'll directly jump into the code. So inside this div, I'll have a h5 text which says to enter me this name, and after that we need to have this input which should be of type text, because the name is nothing but it's just a characters, a string. So we can go with type of text, and class name of form control. After this class name, now we need to have a placeholder to let the user know what he should be typing inside this field. So enter name. After that, we need to have the required tag also. Don't worry, we'll be having form validation in the next coming videos. We'll be doing much more validation than just required. So till then we are going with this time being validation of just required, and autofocus as well. Similarly, we'll be having for email, so h5 email address input field for email, the type should be of email. Class name of form control. Placeholder should be like enter email. This is also the required field, like user should not go through unless he enters and submit this field. And after that we have this password section, sorry, password div. So this is a password input field of type password, and class name of form control placeholder enter password. After that, this should be the required, and another div is for confirming password. So confirm password, input field of type password again, because both confirm password and password should not be visible to the other users when typing. So class name of form control, placeholder of enter confirm password. Okay, now let's just check how it's appearing. Okay, we need to have this margin from top for every other div. We'll go with that first. So here mt4, and for the password also mt4. For confirming password also we go with mt4. Now, okay, now it looks good, and also we need to have this submit button as well as the link here down. So we'll proceed and doing the same. After this field, I'm going to have another div to have this submit button. I'll have a class name of text center so that the button will be in the center of the page, so in the center of the card div. Now what I'll do is I'll have a button tag which says to submit, and I should have a class name also, right, for this. So class name, it'll be having a class name of submit button, which we have customized it with margin top of 5, and this button should be of type submit. So I'll give type as submit. Along with that, as the submit button is completed, now we need to give this link. So again, this is a React Rotor DOM link, and here we'll be having as already register. So if the person is already registered, then he should be redirected to login. So click here to login. Yeah, and for this we need to have a to field and a class name. So we'll have a class name of text primary text center to be in the center of the card, and a margin of in the y-axis of 3. And now for the to field, I'll have this root, that is nothing but a login. So we'll check. Yeah, now we can see name, email, register password, and submit. If the user is already registered, then if you click on this, he should be redirected to the login. And if a user is already having account, he should be able to enter and click on submit. If the user doesn't have that, then he'll go into this register page. So this is it. It's a front end part is completed, designing the login page as well as a register page. So in the next videos we'll be seeing how to handle like form validation. We'll be doing a secure form validation, how to secure your protocols and as well as this form. So see you in the next video.